What's going on, fragrance family? It's your man Gator, better knows than novice knows out here in these fragrance streets. Guys, I was just sitting there doing a little bit of editing and everything, and was about to turn on some of the games just to kind of have it in the backdrop, and had one of you guys hit me up and ask me a question about a fragrance that they saw in a post that I made a few months ago, and they were like, hey, I hadn't seen any reviews on it. What is this like? Because I'm hearing and seeing that this is a inspired by of a fragrance that I've been really wanting to get. So first of all, I want to say that is my bad because I actually did record a video for it maybe about a month or so ago, actually a little bit more than that, I believe, but the sound was messed up at the time, and I was like, I'm gonna re-record it. I'm just gonna, do it a little bit later, and just later never came. Had all kinds of other stuff going on, so I didn't, get to re-record it, man. But I did want to get some word out on this fragrance because, as you found, or the person that reached out to me here, and as you may find, anybody who's watching this, if you go online, there's a lot of misinformation going on about this fragrance. Now, the fragrance in question is this guy right here. This is a new one from Fragrance World. It's called Inizio. So you can see the little Inizio tag there. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. It's Inizio, and then it's got for him right there. I don't know if you could actually see that. There we go. Focus. There we go. So it's Inizio for him. Now this fragrance is, the bottle's nice actually here. The only thing about the bottle I hate is that little tag. It's got this like the luggage tag type thing going on, and it clings to death, man. I hate that. Every time it moves, it just does the most. So let me get a little spray on here just to kind of put it in the air so you see. Really nice atomizer here. Good job, Fragrance World, on this one. But I mentioned the luggage tag type of vibe going on here on this fragrance, right? The fragrance that this thing is being compared to on Fragrantica, and the one that they're saying that this was inspired by, is a fragrance from Tumi called Dusk. Tumi Dusk is a great blue. I absolutely love Tumi Dusk. It's got a beautifully fruity, balanced tone here. It's like high quality Dylan blue. It's gorgeously done, man. I am a fan of it. What I'm not a fan of is the price of that thing. You can't find it on discounters at all right now. So you're looking at somewhere in the range of about $175 for that fragrance, getting it, via retail here. And as much as I love the fragrance, it's just not worth that. It's not worth it. So, especially for somebody like me, because I've got so many different fragrances, man. So I was like, okay, I can just deal with my 10 milliliter decant and just be done with it, right? But when I heard about this fragrance and what it was supposed to be inspired by, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and pick this up. So I got this fragrance in a few months back. And let me say, spoiler alert here, this is not at all in any shape or form at all inspired by Tumi Dusk. Like, not at all. Like, this not even, though they didn't try to mimic Tumi Dusk, or they didn't do a bad job on mimicking Tumi Dusk. It's just not in any shape or form Tumi Dusk. It's a completely different fragrance. They're going for something completely different. I think on Fragrantica, the first thing that they see is Tumi Dusk. That you see is Tumi Dusk, and then you see I think Allure on Sport or whatever. But let me get to the notes on this thing. So the top notes are going to be bergamot, cardamom, and neroli. Middle notes are going to be lavender extract, apple, clove leaf, and clary sage. And then the base notes are going to be musk, patchouli, and amber. So I think people are saying that it's inspired by Tumi Dusk because it has that luggage thing going. I think that's the luggage look, and it kind of looks like the bottle a little bit, but it's a completely different fragrance, completely different style of fragrance. Still a blue, but it's a different style of blue. So when you spray this on, when you first spray it, and I love smelling this in the air, man, you get hit with this piercing, cleansing style of neroli. So if you're familiar with neroli's kind of got this like purifying nature. Like when you smell it, it just smells clean, not even like linen clean, because linen clean is a little bit softer. This is more of a bitter, like I said, almost like a purifying style of cleanliness that you get when you smell neroli here. Like it's not like a, cleaning product kind of vibe, but it is a very cleansing kind of, like when you smell neroli in the air, it just kind of gives this aura of almost like spirituality when you smell it. It's like some stuff that they would use to like purify souls, that kind of thing, right? And this one is a very bitter style of neroli. It's very tart. Some nerolis can be a little bit smoother and just kind of be used to kind of give like an uplifting vibe to a fragrance. This neroli in here is more of a neroli that is going to be a piercing one, and very bitter. Now, to go along with that bitterness, you're getting a good bit of tartness here from the citrus that they're using in the top here. So you're getting that mix. It's not like a super pronounced citrus. Like you're not going to be like, oh my gosh, that is like an orange or grapefruit or whatever. But it's just kind of, it has a slightly citric vibe going on in the background. But the superstar in the top for this, of this for me, is the fragrance note that contradicts everything I just said, and that's the cardamom. So the cardamom is in here, and it kind of gives it almost like an inviting, warming kind of vibe when you spray this on. So it's kind of got this like spicy. Now neroli, when it's like bitter like that, it gives kind of a nose tickling kind of spice as well. But the cardamom kind of gives it like a softer nature. It's almost like you've got this big brute of a neroli coming in, and then you've got the cardamom that kind of wraps its arms around it and kind of like, okay, it's okay, baby, and just kind of rocks it down, man. So it gives it this warming, almost inviting nature, even though you're getting that bitterness and that piercingness from the neroli. So it's got a little bit of a contradiction going on there, but it works in this fragrance, man. It just gives you this really uplifting, warm, inviting, but at the same time cleansing, purifying style of fragrance here at the top. So you get those things in there, and that kind of is how it progresses for that first 20-30 minutes here. You're really just kind of living in that vein, and then you start getting a little bit of like an underpinning of a crispness from the apple here. It's not like a super juicy, pronounced apple kind of vibe here, but it's something that's just kind of peeking off in the background here. You can kind of feel it more than you can smell it, if that makes sense. So you're getting that apple in there. You're getting all of those things that are just kind of mixed up and blended very, very well here, and it just kind of takes you on a little bit of a journey. And then as you kind of go into the dry down on this thing, and after about an hour or so, when you start getting into the dry down, you're getting into more of the aromatic nature of this. So while you still have that neroli in here, that cleansing vibe, you also are picking up a good floral vibe from the lavender in here. And that lavender is a similar vibe to the neroli as far as a cleanser, but it's more of a smooth style of cleansing. So it almost like it kind of takes the place of the neroli, so it's not quite as bitter anymore, and it just makes the fragrance, as it gets into that hour or so, feel more wearable, feel more grounded, and at the same time also feel more aromatic too. I kind of akin this as it goes into the first part of that dry down, maybe an hour in. If you've ever smelled Beau de Jour from Tom Ford, it's not Beau de Jour quality. It's not the intensity of the lavender that's in there, but it kind of gives a little bit of that sense as it kind of goes into the dry down there, where that lavender and Beau de Jour, as it kind of goes into that hour mark, it kind of gives like a smooth, kind of uplifting kind of ride there, and it takes away a lot of the bite that you have initially from that lavender oil that's hitting so hard at first. That's kind of what it does here. It just kind of takes the bite from the neroli in here and kind of evens it out a little bit. Along with that, like I said, you got the aromatics nature of this thing here. I think you're getting that clary sage that just kind of allows this thing to open up and to kind of be free. I really like how this thing progresses, man. It's interesting though, because it's not one of those that's just like a superstar fragrance. It's not. And it's not expensive at all. It's not. And you can tell that it's not an expensive fragrance. Now, as far as your longevity and everything, I get somewhere in the range of about 7 hours with this, 7-8 hours on this fragrance, which is surprising because I didn't expect it to have that type of longevity here. It does have a beautiful projection for that first, like maybe hour and a half to 2 hours. It kind of pushes off the skin, and then it kind of exponentially kind of draws in to where around that 4th hour, it's basically kind of like a skin scent that has a surprisingly strong sillage. So, I mean, like around that 4th hour, you know, if you're walking around and you're moving, people are going to pick it up on you. They're going to smell it, and it leaves this really beautiful lavender and aromatic, it's like an aromatic lavender trail behind you here. You do get some woods as it kind of goes into the dry down, like the further dry down a little bit, but it's a soft kind of woody vibe. You're getting mostly the lavender with a little soft woods, and it just in the air, it's a beautiful smell. I really dig this. This is a gorgeous scent. Super refreshing at the top with the way that it intros, and then it kind of goes into this beautifully done, you know, clean scent that's, you know, not quite shower gel vibes, but it is definitely something that when you wear this, you just feel clean and refreshed. There's a lot of people that are online, like I said, saying that this is an inspiration of Tumi Atlas, and it is, I mean, not Tumi Atlas, Tumi Dusk, and it definitely is not that. But what it is actually a really solid release from Fragrance World, man, and I can honestly say a recommendation from me, man. If you haven't put your nose on it, do it. If you have put your nose on it, man, let me know in the comments section, guys. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, share this video with somebody you know that loves fragrances. In the meantime, guys, I'm about to get back to these games. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, make sure you make today the best day ever on purpose. Peace out.